Farm news. This isn't really farm news. This is more just like John news. I've just been to the dentist and my face isn't fully back online yet. And it just really struck me how, like, going to the dentist is a really good example of how contrived civilization, or the idea of civilization, is. Because, like, I had a lot of dental trauma when I was a kid. I was unlucky enough to end up being with a dentist that was later disbarred or categorized as a sadist. So, you know, my mother entrusted me to his care, and it didn't go well for me. So going to the dentist is particularly traumatic for me. And like, two things, it's like, on the one hand, all the meditation really comes into play because my whole body wants to jump up and run away and just get out of the situation. But then I was able to, and I am able to when I go to the dentist, to just keep letting it go, keep letting the tension go, and to be incredibly relaxed, all things considered. But the construction of society or civilization around where you can't, particularly as a man, I find it, you can't kind of go, I'm terrified, don't hurt me. I'm sure they would be okay if I said that, but I just find it very difficult. The only way I can kind of get through is to put all my focus on being easy, breathing, and relaxed. And then afterwards, just really noticing how traumatized my body feels and how I want to cry and all these kind of things. Now I'm, taking care of myself and being very gentle with myself, doing all the sort of things that I know to do. But it's just really, I think it's just a great, like, metaphor for this thing of, we can kind of say, oh, be kind to everybody because you never know what they're going through. But, like, I've been around town, I've been doing things, I've done a bit of grocery shopping, done a few other bits and pieces, and it's just a really good example of, on the inside, I'm kind of dealing with my being, like, having any kind of thing done to your body. Like, the Novocaine is still wearing off, so I'm still like, it's not, my jaw's fully not working again, and I can feel how traumatic that is, and I can feel my little body like going, oh, what happened? And yet, it's like, to the outside, I'm sure if you went back and interviewed everybody that I just interacted with, they'd all be like, really? I would never have guessed. I mean, I did mention it to the guy who was doing the grocery stuff for me. But other than that, they wouldn't have noticed. And they certainly wouldn't have noticed how emotionally disturbing I found the whole thing, So I think that's just a good example of like, why it's so important to be kind to people, because you just never know what's going on for them. Because okay, I just went to the dentist, and not to trivialize that, but like, that's a small thing compared to some of the other things that people are dealing with, that on the surface you'd never know. You just never know. So yeah, be kind. Be kind.